Welcome to another episode of Challenging the Boys. I'm your host, Stephen Chalicom, and joining me tonight is our one of the co-hosts, Will. And I believe Will has a question for us, or me. So Will, take it away.
The question is, it is directed towards you, because
Uh,
you are here with me.
this is from Stash.
No, this is not from Stash. Stash is sleeping, I'm sure. It's 9 o'clock, so he's probably night night.
He's fixing the pool.
But this question is yes, directly for you, but it also is. I mean, this is all Cowboy. This question is for all Cowboy fans because everybody knows who this guy is. He's the most notable figure that the Cowboys have had for a long time. But listen, so the Cowboys moved on from Zeke. Okay, he's gone.
Mhm.
Okay, um, you agree, disagree if it's the right move, blah blah blah, whatever. Those things are all things that we could argue about. Okay, but my question to you is Ezekiel Elliott going to end up in the Ring of Honor? Why or why not?
I mean, you should have given me some time to think about that or something.
I know
Um,
that's why I had to hit you. I had to hit you with it.
I mean, I don't. What are like? I'll ask a question back. What are the fucking metrics to be in the Ring of Honor? Like
Well,
Jerry just picks and chooses.
yeah. There is significant amount of players that are not in that most teams would have in because they're a lot better than the Cowboys have a good history of having a lot of good players.
I,
Um,
I mean, I, I think he will just because of how like polarizing he was as a player and as a Dallas Cowboy, but I I don't know that he should be.
well,
Like
yeah, I guess
like
that's kind of
cool,
the question.
he's
Yeah, yeah.
he's statistically the third best rusher in Dallas Cowboys history, but like I don't know, maybe this like so who fucking care? Like so what? I don't know. Like I hate to be like Debbie Downer or whatever, but so to answer your question, I guess I think he will be, but I don't know that he really should be. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
What
fair,
do you
yeah, fair
think?
enough. I think he should not be in the Ring of Honor. And I also think he will not be in the Ring of Honor.
Okay.
I just don't think he's got no playoff success. I know he's a running back, so it's not exactly the most important thing in the world, right? Um, and you're right. He's the third. I mean, if he was able to stick around a little bit longer and maybe pass Dorsett or maybe got close to Emmitt Smith, which would have been basically impossible. You know what I mean in any
At the
categories,
rate he was going, yeah.
right? Then so then okay, things make sense. But he just and also he didn't stick around. He's not around long enough. You know what I mean? Even if he just kept up with the numbers, he's just he's not I feel like you got to do 10 years or so. You know what I mean? Like there
Yeah.
or like your 5 years, 5 6 years. So it's got to be so spectacular, that there's no reason not to have you in. You know what I mean? Because you forced your way in.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did a lot of really good things as, both as a player on and off the field. I mean, you could argue about the time he was suspended, which is questionable. Um, but I mean, he was at all of the charity events that the Cowboys players support. Uh, I suppose you could also argue like, oh, it's a requirement. He's a star player. I don't know if that's true. Either way, he
Yeah,
was there, right? Like
he,
he was always at those events.
above and
He,
beyond for everything. Yeah,
as you previously mentioned, he was jumping in the Salvation Army Bowls. You know damn well, again, as you said, he did that knowing he was going to get a fine, but he also did that with intent to raise money. And every single
yeah.
time he did it, it raised tens of thousands of dollars,
And
if
that's all
not
you
more.
saw on the ESPN and the NFL Network, and
Yeah.
it was just on repeat. It was on there, so you know what I mean. How much exposure he got them,
hmm
for
So he did a lot of really great and admirable things. I just don't know
yeah.
that he hit the football milestones, even though I mean, he was the Russian king twice.
hmm
Uh, I don't know that that's enough to get him in the Ring of Honor.
Does does he deserve to get in before Tony Romo? Does Tony Romo deserve to get in? I guess is the question. I say they both don't get in.
I think Tony Romo deserves to get in. I don't think he will, just because I think not stipulation, Is it stipulation? No.
Yeah, that's a
Like
correct word
what's well,
for.
it definitely is a word. The normal for quarterbacks is Super Bowl wins, right? Obviously, Romo never had a Super Bowl win. I think he only had a playoff win.
Yeah,
Oh, did he?
he beat. Well, second, you know, if you're right. Lost to Green Bay, lost to the Giants.
Lost to
They
Seattle
lost to
in the
Seattle.
wild card. Whatever. Either way.
Oh no,
Uh,
yeah, he did. He beat the Eagles one time.
okay.
So I think he had one playoff win.
So I
Yeah.
mean, I would not to open up a can of worms. I would argue Tony Romo is the best quarterback in Dallas Cowboys history, but that's also because I would like to think I'm a relatively like sane person and recognize that Super Bowls are not should not be a quarterback stat. Um, but I think because so many people kind of look at it that way, he'll never be in the Ring of Honor. Um, if the question was, hey, they're both gonna get in the Ring of Honor, and who should be there first? It should just be Romo in
Yeah,
chronological
because he.
order, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's obviously not how Jerry Jones likes to do things, though, as we've also seen in the past. But
True.
um, so yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Tony Romo ever will. So I'm the opposite. I don't think Tony Romo ever will, but I think he should be, and I think Zeke will, but I don't think Zeke should be.
Okay. Well, I think we got a little bit of breaking news here.
Stash is joining us.
Um, nope, Stash is he just sent out a message from Todd Archer.
Oh God.
The Cowboys have restructured Brandon Cook's contract, turning 8 million of his 12 million base salary into signing bonuses. His salary is now $4 million. He will count 6 million against the cap. He is making the $18 million he was guaranteed from 2023 with Houston paying him the 6.
So they're
So
making money for something. I mean,
yes.
it's got to be to re-sign or extend CeeDee Lamb
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
or
if
Trayvon Diggs, obviously.
yeah. I would assume yes, that I mean that everybody says it sounds like CD Lamb is gonna be pretty easy to get done. Diggs will probably be, he's probably gonna fight him, blah blah blah,
Yeah,
whatever. So you're right. It's either to get one of them done or which I still hope let's get one more veteran. A lineman, an offensive lineman, like you said, maybe a Hankins,
hmm
position. Might have to be a linebacker still, you know what I mean? But let's get that done.
yeah, yeah, maybe. Hopefully soon. You got anything else?
No, that was just a little quick question, a little tidbit,
All
Ring of
right,
Honor type stuff.
all right. We'll wrap it up there. We'll see y'all next time.
See you, boys and girls.